Hi guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. Morning to everyone. Hope everyone is having a nice start to your weekend. We're back for a deadline stream, game week 30. So yeah, as always, we're going to discuss our transfers, captaincy. We're going to take your questions as well, and all that. And yeah, just talk about game week 30 and the moves we're going to make. How you doing, Jordan? Everything good with you?
Yeah, everything's good. Hopefully, everyone's enjoying the start of the long weekend for us. And yeah, it should be a very fun. Well, obviously, it's a single game fixture this week, but should be interesting results to come.
Yeah, got football on today as well. We're going to be watching later. So yeah, we've got Philip who's joined the chat. Says the boys. Yeah, well, welcome Philip to the stream. Let's bring up the teams then and talk about how we're lining up for this week. So let me just bring up my team first. So actually, we'll answer this question for Philip first because I'm a similar boat to me. So he says, I have a question for you guys. Would you play Botman or Henry along with Trippier? So you take a look at the fixtures. Botman has Brentford away, and Henry obviously has Newcastle. Now, I think Newcastle will score. I actually think Newcastle will concede as well, but I think Newcastle have a higher chance of a clean sheet than Brentford. So I would play Botman over Henry. I'd play the double Newcastle defense. What about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I'll probably do the same. I think both teams will score, though.
Mm.
So I don't think it will really matter much if they both score. But maybe you can play Botman as well.
Yeah, I'm just going Botman because I feel like he probably has a higher chance over Brentford keeping a clean sheet. But I expect both teams to score anyway. But it's just one of those. But yeah, on to my team. So in goal, I've got Kepa, who's got Wolves away. Lampard's in charge now, so we have to see whether he decides to play Kepa or does he go back to Mendy? Because I know when Lampard was in charge, he preferred Mendy over Kepa. I've got the back three, as I mentioned, the double Newcastle defense. I've got Trippier and I've got Botman. They both have Brentford away. I don't really see a clean sheet, but here's hoping. I've also got Chilwell, so he's got Wolves away. So double Chelsea and double Newcastle at the back. Let's hope that pays off. In the midfield four, I've got Rashford and Bruno, who have Everton at home. I've got Mitoma, who's got Spurs away. Then I've got Saka, who's got Liverpool away. And then up front, I've got Tony, who's got Newcastle at home. I've got Watkins, who's got Nottingham Forest at home. And then I've got Harry Kane, who's got Brighton at home. On the bench, I've got Raya, Solly March, Estupinian, and Luke Shaw. Now, the only benching headache I have is whether to play Botman or Estupinian. I think Estupinian could be a decent pick, but because it's Spurs away, I'm gonna play Botman. I think maybe a better chance of a clean sheet, but Estupinian does have some attacking threat, so you could play Estupinian. But I've chose to play the Newcastle double up in the defense. I've also decided to bench Luke Shaw because obviously Luke Shaw, Ten Hag has come out and said Luke Shaw will be unavailable, and because I'm on a free hit 32. I'm just going to hold Luke Shaw until then, until game week 34. Hopefully he's fit by game week 34 to play in the double game week. So that's the reason to hold Luke Shaw if you can hold him. Obviously, he had the double in 34, so I'm just going to hope he's back then. In regards to Solly March, I've decided to play Mitoma over Solly March as well, just because I think Mitoma is probably more likely to outscore Solly March. Solly March was a bit frustrating in the last game week. Should have had a goal, but if you are playing him, hopefully he can get you a haul. And yeah, that's the team. For those that are just joining, make sure you do drop a like and also subscribe to our channel if you are new and if you're first time watching. But yeah, also I've decided to bench Raya. I think that's quite an obvious one as well. And in regards to my transfers, obviously I have one free transfer. Um, and I can't get from Tony to Haaland. I know that's a very popular move this game week. I can't afford it, Tony to Haaland. So what I'm gonna have to do is either take out Harry Kane for Haaland or take a hit, which is Tony to Haaland and then potentially Saka to someone like a Andreas Pereira and then play Solly March, which I'm not keen on right as of now. As of now, my current transfer plans is actually to do Kane out, Haaland in, and I know it's not ideal because you look at Harry Kane's fixtures. Obviously, he has Brighton this week, which it won't be an easy game. But the next week, Harry Kane has Bournemouth at home, which looks like a nice game, potentially haul worthy. But yeah, Harry Kane's probably going to go because I can't get to Haaland in one move. So that's the plan. Kane out for Haaland. So yeah, that's what I'm looking like, Jordan. That's my transfer plans. Haaland does look like he's gonna play. Still, there is a slight chance Haaland starts on the bench and comes on, so it's not 100%. But I'm willing to take that risk with Haaland and captain him as well. I think if I bring Haaland in, I'm probably going to captain him. So that's the plan. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's where I'm at really with the team. So let's bring up your team, Jordan. Talk us through your lineup and also your transfer plans, your planned moves.
Okay, so starting in goal, we've got Edison, who has Southampton away. It's a nice fixture for Man City. Next in the defence, we've got Trippier, who's got Brentford away. Ben Mee, who's playing against Trippier against Newcastle at home. And Kilman, who's playing Chelsea at home. Now, it would be Luke Shaw there, but I've had to put Kilman there because obviously Luke Shaw is out injured. So, but he has got Chelsea at home, so you never know. In the midfield, we've got Saka, who has Liverpool away, and Fernandes and Rashford, who are both Everton at home, and Matoma, who has Tottenham away. In the front three, we've got Watkins, who has Nottingham Forest at home, Tony, who has Newcastle at home, and João Felix, who has Wolves away. And on my team bench, I got Meslier, who's got Crystal Palace at home, Odegaard, who's got Liverpool away, Dunk, who's got Tottenham away, and Luke Shaw is not fit for the Everton at home fixture. So currently I have the captaincy over Rashford, but because we've heard news, obviously from Pep, giving the most clearest news to Haaland you probably ever will get, it looks like he will be playing. It just depends on how many minutes Haaland does play. So because of that news, I'll just move over to my transfer page because obviously this makes it more easier now that we know about Haaland's situation. I got one free transfer and 6.8 in the bank. So my planned moves are, which I did speak about in the team selection video, is taking out João Felix and obviously bringing in Haaland because I do have the money. I think 14.4 million, so I can do it with a straight one free transfer and bring Haaland back in. And I still have 2.3 in the bank still remaining, so there's still a bit of money left over if I need to do anything else. But I think for this week, it's just one free transfer to bring Haaland back in because he does have Southampton, an away fixture, and he is going to be my captain as well for this game week. So as well as bringing him in, he will also be my captain pick for game week 30.
Okay, so we're pretty much making the same moves, really bringing Haaland back in. Ideally, I wanted to keep Harry Kane, as I mentioned, because I can't get to Haaland in one move because I did price myself out. So I'm going to take a few of your questions and then we'll answer some as well. If you play Tony at the same time, it doesn't really make sense.
This is in regards to playing Trippier and Botman.
Yeah, I do hear that. That's why I was thinking, should I just play Estupinian? Because if I'm going to keep Tony, then maybe it makes sense to actually play Estupinian because Tony's up against Newcastle. But yeah, like I said, ideally, I don't want to hold Tony. The only reason I'm holding him is literally because I can't afford Tony to Haaland, and now he would have been gone. But now I need Tony to score. A lot of managers have sold Tony this week. Obviously, Tony is on the yellow card tightrope. So one game he will miss two. Well, sorry, one yellow card he will miss the next two fixtures. But until then, I'll just hold him. I think now. But yeah, maybe I do play Estupinian and go for the high upside. Hopefully, Spurs have a poor game against Brighton. Could happen. Yeah, Haaland for Tony, and then captaining is the main play. Yeah, look, captaincy is going to be interesting because I don't think everyone's going to go Haaland captaincy because of there is still a slight doubt over Haaland. Like, he most likely will start, but I'll be surprised if he plays 90 minutes. Maybe he gets 60 minutes. And Rashford, we know, is going to play 90. Bruno is going to play 90. Watkins is going to play 90. And it depends whether you are afraid of Haaland, really, where he can score a goal or two before half time and they get subbed off. So I think there will be some people put off captaining Haaland, maybe, but I think I will be captaining Haaland if I bring him in. Jordan, would you be playing March or Solanke? Who's Solanke got?
They have Leicester. I'd probably play Solanke against Leicester because the way Leicester are playing, they're struggling a lot, and also they are conceding goals against them. And Solanke could be that differential pick in terms of Bournemouth could potentially win, but they could most definitely, I think, score against Leicester, who seem to be in a bit of a mess at the moment.
I think I'd play Solly March. Obviously I'm benching him, but that's because of the benching headache I have. But I'd probably play Solly March. He does create quite a lot of chances. I think he was unlucky in game 29 when he should have scored. But look, yeah, I think Brighton are looking really good, creating chances, scoring goals. So I'd be playing Solly March, in my opinion. But if it's a question now of playing Solly March or Mitoma, I'd probably go Mitoma. Then even McAllister, I think I'd play McAllister ahead of Solly March if you had McAllister due to his penalty duties. Marjuk, whom to bench among Saka, Martinelli, Mitoma, Tony? Good question, because I mean, if you're going to transfer out, if you could do Tony to Haaland, I'll take out Tony. But if you're going to bench one of them, I would probably say Martinelli. Actually, it's a tough one, isn't it?
I was going to say the same Martinelli because you still have Saka there to play for Arsenal. So you at least have one Arsenal player for the Liverpool game. It's going to be a tough game, though, because Arsenal are playing at Anfield. So it's not easy playing at Anfield, especially when we went to Anfield and lost 7-0. So it will be a tough game.
Yeah, we're going to do our score predictions later. So I want to get your thoughts on that game, actually, because it's going to be an interesting one to predict. Johnny says you don't want to sell you don't want to sell Kane, bro. Yeah, look, I don't want to sell Harry Kane, really. The only reason I'm doing it is because I'm scared of Haaland, really. And because I'm going to captain Haaland, I can justify doing it. And if I look at next week, if you take a look at next week's fixtures, Kane does have Bournemouth, but Haaland has Leicester. Now, if I told you next week, who would you captain? Kane against Bournemouth or Haaland against Leicester? I still think majority of managers would go Haaland against Leicester just because of how good Haaland is and how poor Leicester are, really. So even next week, when Kane has his amazing fixture on paper, I still think I'd captain Haaland. That's why I'm going to do the move, I think, and hope Kane doesn't score. But we know Kane does return quite regularly, but it's the captaincy thing for me because I'm not going to captain Kane. That's why it's just justifying me to get rid of him. Dom, hi lads, did Tony to Haaland by downgrading Bruno to Andreas. Look, this is another move I could do. I could downgrade Bruno. I could downgrade Saka for a -4, but I'm not really keen on taking that -4. And the other worry for me is if I get rid of Bruno now, I may want him back in game week 34 when Manchester United have a nice double game week. So that's why I'm reluctant to remove Fernandes yet. And even Saka, as a Liverpool fan, watching Liverpool, the way we're playing, the way that we're defending, I wouldn't be surprised if Saka does score. So I don't know if I want to get rid of Saka either. So that's my thinking behind that. This allows me to do Maddison to Salah next game week. Thoughts? Yeah, look, if Salah's in your long-term plans, then it could be a good move because personally for me, I do want Salah in the double game week in 34 for Liverpool. So If it helps your future moves, then it could make sense. Taking out me for Mings to be able to fund Haaland. Would you do something like this, Jordan?
I mean, for defenders, yeah. I mean, it's a good move. Me for Mings is not a bad plan, because I think Mings doesn't blank in the upcoming game weeks, as there is one in 32, so he's at least available for that game as well. And if it's to fund Haaland, then yeah, it's a great move to remove a defender, cheaper one like Mings, to bring Haaland in. I think that's not a bad move at all.
Haaland will start, I think, but it's not definite, says Philip. For a -4, as all he's saying for the previous comment, taking out me for Mings to be able to fund Haaland, -4. Look, could do it.
If you're gonna captain Haaland, then yeah, that's definitely worth it, because if you're taking a -4 hit to fund Haaland, you would want to captain him for it as well.
Yeah, I agree. Playing Andreas over Matoma this week, better fixture and same form. Good differential. Oh, I don't know if I'd be benching Matoma. I know he's got Spurs, but I'd be playing Matoma to be honest. But yeah, look, Andreas, who's that Fulham got this week? I'm just gonna check the fixtures again. I need to have a page of the fixtures. Fulham have West Ham, so yeah, I don't know, because I think Matoma's Matoma's one of the players on the best form so far this season, especially in the last few weeks. It reminds me of Almiron in the first half of the season. That's the type of form Matoma's on. Play Maddison or Tony. Maddison has Bournemouth. Tony has Newcastle. But Leicester are still not great. They have got rid of Brendan though, so that could help Leicester with obviously Brendan Rodgers now leaving. Would you still be playing Tony, Jordan?
Yeah, I'll still be playing Tony. Maddison hasn't been that great, if I'm honest. I mean, if you did bring him in for that double, he completely blanks in that double, so that doesn't give you much confidence to play him over Tony, who's had a much more better form record in comparison.
Jenny Berry, start Solly March or Andreas Pereira. I think you've got to start the Brighton players. Solly March, I'd be starting him for sure. You look at Brighton. You take a look at Solly March actually himself. You know, he got an assist against Brentford in double game week 29, blanked against Bournemouth, but then he did score, I think, against Palace as well in game week 27. He also got a goal against Palace in game week 23 as well. I'd be playing Solly March ahead of Pereira for sure, even though, you know, Tottenham away is the harder fixture on paper. Would you be playing Solly March, Jordan, or would you go Pereira? Fulham against West Ham.
I'd probably go Solly March if I had him over Pereira. I feel like Pereira's like more of a benching player that comes on if one of your players doesn't start in the 11 or something happens to them, if they're benched or whatnot. I don't think Andreas, at this moment, I would want to play in my starting 11, as there is many other players I would want to have in my team, and Solly March is definitely one of them. If I had him, I would play him over Andreas.
Okay, so yeah, we both agree on that. Yeah, if anyone's got any other questions regarding the teams, drop them in. Also, talking about captaincy, you know, we have not touched on it much. If you bring Haaland in, are you 100% Haaland? You know, Rashford has a nice fixture. Obviously, Rashford is currently my captain against Everton. Are you going to stick on Haaland? Or, you know, there's other players like United, even Watkins, who's got Forest at home, the form he's in. Have you thought about it?
After going for a Man United captain the last game week in the double, that sort of put me off putting the captaincy over another Man United player like Rashford, even though he's had great form.
Well, Rashford scored though in that double. He was actually, you should have captained Rashford. He scored 12 points.
Yeah, he did score in that double, but then again, there was only one goal for Man United, and since Casemiro's red card, Man United have only scored 3 goals in their fixtures. So
I think all season, even with Casemiro, they don't score many goals. I think we spoke about this on the chat. Like Man United, I think they're the 6th or 7th highest scoring team in the league. So they do win a lot of matches by the odd goal, like 1-0, 2-1. You They don't score 3, 4, 5 goals in a game like a Newcastle or even a Liverpool, or City. Because obviously, I think Man United do lack a striker definitely. I think that's going to be a priority for them in the summer window because they do need some more goals in that team.
Yeah, definitely. And because Haaland has a nice fixture at Southampton, it does look like a much better fixture for Man City.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Rashford is a decent one as well, Everton at home, it just might side towards Haaland, especially if I'm bringing him in as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Start Odegaard on March. I think I'd start Odegaard against Liverpool over March. Obviously, Arsenal are in great form. Liverpool aren't playing great. Yes, we know it's at Anfield, but I do think Arsenal, if they play the way they do, and if Liverpool play the way they did against Chelsea, that could be a very tough game for Liverpool. So, yeah, I'd be playing Odegaard. High start Zinchenko or Estupiñán. I have Kane. Obviously, Kane playing against Estupiñán. Where would you go with this one, Jordan? I think I'd go Estupiñán just for myself anyway.
Yeah, I'll still go with Estupiñán over that, even though you have Kane still, just because maybe he can get an attack and return easily at Estupiñán, as he has done it before. He's a very attacking defender. And even if he doesn't get the clean sheet, there's always that possibility he can get an assist. Or even a goal.
And even though how bad Liverpool have been, I do think Liverpool will score. I don't know if they'll win. But yeah, I think Liverpool would probably get a goal at least in that game at home. You'd expect them to anyway. Need a differential to push into the 100k. I think Spurs at home could handle Brighton attackers. Andreas could bag chances against struggling West Ham. Yeah, look, if you think Andreas is a good pick, then definitely look to play him. It could work out for you. But if it goes badly, I'm gonna blame FPL mate on Twitter for no reason. Yeah. Tom, would you play Zuma or Estupiñán? West Ham have Fulham, don't they?
Yeah.
And Zuma did score, I guess, last game week. But I mean, I'd probably play Zuma actually. Then again, it's hard to say, isn't it? Because West Ham aren't pulling up any trees either. But let me just look at Zuma.
Yeah, after losing 5-1 to Newcastle last game.
Yeah.
It ain't really that.
He did score in that game, but it's he scored 2 goals this season so far. And no clean sheets really. A lot of blanks. I think his last clean sheet was in game week 21. And since then, it's been blanks. Obviously, he didn't play from 21 to 25. Last 4 games, he's got 1 goal and no clean sheets. I believe so. Actually, no, he did get a clean sheet against Southampton in that 1-0. But yeah, look, I'd probably be playing Estupiñán, but it's not that much really in it. Maybe. I mean, I own Estupiñán, but I'm benching him this week. Got a high goal.
I think you meant I got his goal.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well done for having him for that. Zuma obviously scored. I think it was a header, wasn't it? Against Newcastle, I can't remember, but yeah, he did score. But I'm gonna start doing some moves. I think I'm gonna start making some transfers because no point in waiting. I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it looks like Kane is coming out of the team, which I'm not fond about, but I'm just hoping that Saka can outscore Kane, and even Tony can outscore Kane, because not many people have Tony now. His ownership's going to be quite low, especially in the engaged players. So yeah, let's do this. Kane coming out the team leaves me with 13.5 million. Also, Haaland did rise in price last night, which is annoying maybe for some. He was 12 million, I think, and now he's gone up to 12.1. So I don't know if you know, Jordan, but yeah, he did rise, I think. So some people got priced out of it.
That is a shocker, isn't it? 0.1 difference can make the difference between affording Haaland and not affording him.
Yeah, so look, I'm bringing him in. Haaland is coming in, so make transfers. I've decided against taking a hit which means I have to sell Kane. So yeah, Kane out, Haaland in for free. I'm going to confirm. And that's done. And captaincy goes on Haaland. I'm going to make sure I get this right because last week I messed it up with Solly March. Vice captain is going to be Rashford, I think. Save your team. That's saved. I'll just check my bench order. Yeah, March, Estepinian, and Luke Shaw, who I'm going to hold in case he's fit for double gaming 34. Yeah, my team is done, guys. Hey lads, I did short Anthony to Haaland and Mings for a -4. Needed money for Haaland. Yeah, fair enough. You took the hit. I didn't want to take the hit because I still think Shaw could be a good pick if he's fit for 34. And I don't know enough yet, but I don't think it's going to be that serious. So yeah, look, you could take Shaw out because he is flagged. But I think I'm going to just hold now because I am on free hit 32. So because I'm on free hit 32, I don't worry about taking out someone like Luke Shaw. Kane captain for me, says Johnny, against Brighton. Interesting. Jordan, do you want to do your moves or you want to wait?
Yeah, I might as well do mine as well now. Because, I don't know what I'm going to do. So let me just make the transfers. So João Felix out and Haaland in for 1 free transfer. And that is confirmed. I'll just put the captaincy over Haaland and the vice over. Actually, I'll vice Watkins.
There you go.
And then say team.
So
it's done.
You're also benching Odegaard, aren't you?
Yeah, because I think a lot of people did get rid of Odegaard. Let's check his ownership. It says 30% ownership, so he's not that dangerous if he does get something.
Yeah.
But it is going to be hard at Anfield to get something from that game, I would say.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, you're one of the few teams that have Saka and Odegaard. I just realized you got both of them. So a lot of teams have one. But yeah, you're set up all right. I think we're both on Haaland against Southampton. Let's see what if he starts, and then I expect him to get at least 60 minutes, and it's a good fixture for him on paper. I haven't got a free hit, and Mings plays in Gameweek 32. Obviously, it's a blank, so it makes sense. Yeah, look, if you've not got a free hit, then bringing in players actually playing 32 does make sense. Thanks for your thoughts, everyone. Happy Easter all. Yeah. Thank you for your comments, Jenny. Yeah, happy Easter to everyone. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy your bank holiday weekend. Still half an hour to go for the deadline. But yeah, there's not really as much to, I mean, compared to last week. Or what do you think? What type of game week will it be? Because I don't see many clean sheets. Because I'm taking a look at my back four, they're all away games.
Yeah, defensively, it's not going to be great, I don't think, this week. I do have 2 home defenders, Ben Mee and Kilman, but that is about it.
I mean, I've got Tony who plays at home, Watkins plays at home, Man United play at home. So I've got 4 players, I think, in my first 11 that play at home. So it could be a low scorer this game week. We'll see. After my rank increase last game week, I'm hoping I can get another green arrow, but it may be tough this week. We'll see. I think it will rely on someone like Saka doing well against Liverpool. I think it'll rely on Tony potentially getting a goal, Haaland as well, captaincy for those that haven't gone Haaland captain. Don't you think Kepa will be at risk with Lampard as manager? Look, we don't know yet. If he is at risk and he gets benched, then I'll just sell Kepa to Edison because I'm going to bring Edison in, I think, ahead of double game week 34 because I want Man City defender. So if I see Kepa's benched, I'll just take Kepa to Edison. If not, I could do Raya to Edison as well. But yeah, it's one to watch out on with Chelsea because Kepa wasn't favoured by Lampard. He preferred Mendy. So is he going to stick with Kepa, who's been playing under Potter, or is he going to change it? Steele over Ramsdale. Yeah, I think so. See, Brighton have the doubles coming up and Arsenal don't. So if you want doublers in your team, then yeah, I'd be going at Steel. Yeah. Anyway, back to your team, Jordan. So yeah, you've got what
Yep.
Kilman and Ben Mee, don't you? Bit of differentials, really. I mean, Kilman is.
Yeah, Kilman, Ben Mee, and Fernandez, 3 differentials that I need to return from one of them at least because I need to get my rank back up. So at 592k, and I need differentials to return to get the rank back up to where it was because I'm on the downward spiral currently. I've had 5 red arrows consecutively in 5
How
games.
can I check again? How do I check that? On here, I think I've had quite a lot in a row now.
If you go to Gameweek history.
Oh yeah, you reminded me. Oh wait, where is that?
Right hand side underneath your flag.
Oh yeah. I usually do it on another website. So actually, I got a red arrow in Game Week 28, but
Small one.
it's a very small one. Game Week 29. I don't know if you guys can even see this.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at, really. I was actually 1.6 million rank in Game Week 20, so you can change it quite quickly. But look, it's been a weird season. I think definitely this season's been the strangest of all in terms of FPL because if you take a look at the players who have done well, Trippier is the highest scoring defender along with White, Gabriel, Saliba, Shah, and me. No one would have thought that at the start of the season. You know, if you asked who's going to be the highest scoring defenders by Game Week 30, you would have had Trent, you'd have had Robertson, you would have had Chilwell, maybe Reece James. Like those players, the attacking fullbacks. But look, it's been a lot of Arsenal centre backs. Trippier as well, come out a bit of nowhere. Ben Mee's in there, surprisingly. So, yeah, in that sense, it's been a bit different. I think Saka is the highest scoring in FPL, the midfielder. Rashford's just behind him. Martinelli, Salah's fourth somehow, above Odegaard. I think that's because of bonus points, etc. Salah does pick up quite a lot of those. And yeah, if you look at it on points wise, Kane isn't too far behind Haaland either on points in FPL terms. So Kane is doing really well. But yeah, I might start planning out my moves for Game Week 31. Have you thought about what you're doing for next week? Obviously, you got that no free hit. You navigate that. Have you given it much thought? Also, you're on the wild card. Have you thought about potential wild carding moves when you're going to play it, etc.? Or
I'll probably play it when a lot of teams double. I think in
34.
34. Yeah, that's when I'm going to play my wild card.
Triple captain, because you've got that as well, I believe, don't you?
I do have that as well, and it'll probably go on Haaland or a Brighton midfielder.
You're gonna have to play it in 37 then, potentially.
What, the triple captain?
Yeah, because you can't play 2 chips same week, so you're gonna have to play. If you don't play triple captain in 34, then you'll have to play it in 37. I think was the next game, the next last double. I think.
Yeah, it'll probably come to the last double game week where I play my triple captain. Hopefully it's on someone that is fit or available for it because I'm using it pretty late.
Yep. I don't know who's gonna double again in 37 right now, but we'll come to that closer to the time. So I've got only the free hit left. I've used wild card. I've used my triple captain, even my bench boost last week. So just that free hit left, and I'm gonna play it in 32. And yeah, season is getting closer now. The FPL season a bit to the close, but anyway, let's do some score predictions because yes, I think we haven't done one yet. So I'm gonna bring up the fixtures. We'll do a little score prediction, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm gonna share my screen. Bear with me for a sec, guys, while I bring up the fixtures. There's quite a lot of games today. 8 games.
Yeah, jam-packed Saturday.
Yeah, definitely should be good. Man United's early kickoff, so I'm sure you're gonna watch that one. Um, Maybe we don't want to captain Rashford doing on back the early kickoff. A lot of people would have don't like back in the early kickoff, but Manchester United do play Everton at home, 12:30 today. What's your predictions for that game?
Well, it's a must win for Man United again if they want to stay in the top 4. So I'm going to go with 2-1 Man United.
Okay. Obviously, Man United did win against Brentford, bouncing back from their loss against Newcastle. But I think this one will be a win for Man United as well. I think because it's at home, early kickoff as well. I think Everton don't have a great record at Old Trafford either. So I think Man United will win quite comfortably in the end, possibly. Or maybe in the scoreline anyway. So I'll go for a 2-0 Man United win. Let's move on to some 3 p.m. kickoffs. Aston Villa against Forest. We'll be watching with Watkins. A lot of us have him in the team. I think Watkins could be a decent captain option for those that want to be different. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Aston Villa win. What about you?
I'm going to go 1-0 Aston Villa.
Okay, 1-0. So tight. You think it'll be a tight game then?
Yeah, I don't think on Forest not that easy to beat, but I think Aston Villa will still win.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to Brentford v Newcastle. Brentford are at home, and they're a lot better at home than they are away. Newcastle coming off that back of that 5-1 victory against West Ham. They're looking very good. Isak, is he going to start? I think Isak might start. Wilson might be actually benched this one round, so we'll have to see what happens with that. What do you think of that game? How's it going to go?
This could be one of those mad games where it's end to end to each other. So I'm going to go with 2-2. I think.
Oh, okay. You expect it to be a high scorer?
Yeah, I think it would be a high scoring game, that one.
Brentford Newcastle. I'm going to go for. I don't know. It's tough to call. I'm going to go for 1-1. I think it might be a draw as well. So yeah, I think Brentford will get a point. Newcastle, probably drop some points in the top 4 race. But look, Newcastle, I still expect them to get the top 4 now, especially with the way Tottenham and Liverpool are. Moving on to Fulham at home to West Ham. A lot of chat about playing Andreas. A lot of people wanted to start him against West Ham. West Ham, I believe, this is a crucial game in terms of Moyes' time at the West Ham. Apparently, it's a must not lose for him. So if West Ham do lose today, Moyes, I think, could be in trouble. So what's your thoughts going into that one?
It's going to be tough away for West Ham playing at Fulham, so it's going to be a mouth of a task to win that one. But without Mitrovic, they do have a better chance. I'm going to say 2-1 West Ham.
Oh, you're going for a West Ham win?
Yeah, I think they'll be doing their best to obviously win that game if Moyes is going to be still in charge of West Ham.
I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be one of those games. I think it'll be a quite scrappy game, really. So yeah, I think it'll be a draw. I think David Moyes will survive, really. Moving on to Leicester at home to Bournemouth. Obviously, Leicester don't have Rodgers in charge anymore after Rodgers has been sacked. Maddison and Barnes are quite popular on some teams. Bournemouth, if you've got Solanke. Where do you see this one going, Jordan? Leicester, Bournemouth.
I can see a Bournemouth win. In fact, I'm going to go with the same. I'm going to go 2-1 Bournemouth. I think they can win.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Nice. Leicester have been struggling. I think Bournemouth won their last game, didn't they? I think. I'm just gonna check. Um, who did Bournemouth play last time round? Oh, sorry, they lost to Brighton, but they beat Fulham, didn't they? 2-1.
Yeah, beat Fulham
Um,
2-1.
in double game week 29. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw actually between Leicester and Bournemouth. Don't know if Leicester will see an uptick in form. Spurs at home to Brighton. The next one. How do you see this one going?
I can see a Brighton win if I'm honest. I think Tottenham have been struggling, especially now Conte is now gone, and it's not even been better with Conte gone either because they did draw against Everton. So I'm going to go with a Brighton away win, and I'm going to say 3-1 Brighton.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Brighton win, away win. I think Brighton will probably get the job done. Hopefully, Matoma, if you've played him, he can get the points. But yeah, I'll back Brighton in this one. It could be a draw, but yeah, I think Brighton will get the win. Moving on to Wolves against Chelsea. Chelsea away, coming off the back of that 0-0 draw against Liverpool. I think this one could be a very low scoring game. This game could be one of those ones where it's more fun watching paint dry. I just have a feeling it's going to be a boring game. But I think Chelsea will probably win. I think Lampard's first game in charge again for the second time. I think Lampard may sneak a win. But I'm going to go for a very tight 1-0 win for Chelsea.
I'm going to go in the hopes that it is a game where it's better to watch paint dry and go 0-0. Just because I have Kilman as well. So I kind of want a clean sheet for Wolves, which does look likely against a struggling Chelsea, even though Lampard is now the caretaker there.
I mean, Chelsea played pretty well against Liverpool. Like they should have won. Any other team that could finish is 3-4-0 to Chelsea. So they do create chances, but Felix and Havertz, they just don't have their shooting boots on ever, it seems. So that's the thing with Chelsea. They seem to can't finish off the chances. Moving on finally to the 3:00 kickoff. Sorry, not 3:00 kickoff. The end of the 3:00 kickoffs. We've got the evening kickoff, 5:30. Southampton at home against Erling Haaland's Man City. I'll kick this one off. I think it could be in quite a comfortable victory for City. So I'm going to go for a 3-0. And yeah, I think it'll be an easy win for City in the end.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4-0 Man City. Go with a bang. See the game off by half time.
You expect Haaland to get on the score sheet then?
Yeah, definitely. Even if he doesn't play 90 minutes, if he can score early, that's always an easy task for Haaland. He can score early, then come off later on in the game, and then that's it. He's rested for the Champions League game that Man City do have afterwards.
Yeah. So that's the Saturday's fixtures out the way. 8 fixtures today. Moving on to Sunday. Got 2 fixtures tomorrow. First one is Leeds at Palace. Leeds at home. It's a 2:00 kickoff. How do you see this one going between Leeds and Palace?
It's a tricky fixture because you can't really predict what you're going to get from both of these teams. It's either going to be high scoring or very low scoring, but I'm going to go with high scoring game. And I'll probably go 3-2.
Oh.
Well, actually, no, I won't go 3-2. I'll go 2-1 Leeds.
2-1 Leeds. Fair enough. I think it'll be another. I think it might be a draw. This one. I think both teams to score. Leeds. I think Leeds will get a goal. Maybe Harrison or someone like that. Palace obviously will be a bit better defensively now. They're under Hodgson and stuff. So I think this one could be a draw. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 between Leeds and Palace. And finally, moving on to the fixture of the weekend. I think it's fair to say. Liverpool at home to Arsenal. Anfield. It is a 4:30 kickoff. So a lot of us will be watching that one. It's on TV. Should be a cracker of a game. As a Liverpool fan, I'm a bit worried going into this one. Like, don't know what to expect from Liverpool because you win 7-0 against Man United, then you lose to Bournemouth the week after, get smashed by Man City 4-1, then you scrape a draw against Chelsea, which probably was undeserved. So Liverpool are a very up and down team. We know Liverpool's away form is very, very bad. I think three away wins in the league all season, but their home form is actually they got the top. They're in the top four in terms of. I think only Man United have a better home record than Liverpool in the league. I think I saw a stat. So Liverpool are a strange one, Jekyll and Hyde team. So I'm interested to get your thoughts on it, how this one goes between Liverpool and flying Arsenal, who are top, and they will, depending on how that Southampton game goes, Arsenal will need to win this game, obviously, to keep the title chase going.
Yeah, it's going to be tough at Anfield. It's not easy ever. Any team that plays at Anfield has a challenge ahead of them. So even with Liverpool's on and off form, and even though Arsenal have been really great this season, still top of the table, this will be a low-scoring game. I think it won't be high-scoring. I don't think it'll be a 1-goal difference in winning or losing this game. But I am going to go with a 2-1 win against Arsenal. But I think it'll be a dramatic 2-1 win because I think it'll be 1-1 up to the last minutes, and then there'll be a last-minute goal coming from Arsenal to make it 2-1.
Oh, you're going for a 2-1 win for Arsenal?
Just about. They'll nick it in the bud, I think. It's going to be tight, though.
Okay. Do you go in 2-1 Arsenal? I'm going to go one further. I'm going to predict maybe this might be crazy. We'll have to see after we're going to stream live straight after Liverpool Arsenal, but I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw. I think it'll be 2-2. I don't know why. Don't ask me, guys, why I think it'll be a draw. I have no reasoning behind it. It's only the fact that Liverpool seem to turn up a bit at home. I think because of Man United, because of Napoli, even beating Man City, Anfield, Liverpool actually beat Man City as well early on around October. So look, I have no reasoning. Liverpool are playing terrible right now. The defense looks all over the place. The midfield can't control a game. But look, we'll have to see what they start. I think Thiago is back from injury. Luis Diaz won't be fit to start again because he'll be back, I think, against Leeds in Gameweek 31. But look, I'm going to predict a draw. I'm going to go for 2-2. I don't know why. We could easily lose that game. If Liverpool play, like I said, if Liverpool play the way they did against Chelsea, this could be a bloodbath for Arsenal. But I'm going to go 2-2. And we'll see on Sunday how it goes. But yeah, that's all the predictions out the way, really. We'll take a few comments and then, come towards the end of the deadline. Who should I start out of? Estupinan, McAllister, White, Tony. I'll be starting McAllister for sure. Comment from Harry Davies. Pinnock or Botman? I'll be starting Botman. Who would you play out of Henry or Botman, Jordan? Similar question, really. Or take a -4 to get Chilwell?
No, I don't think I would take a -4 to get Chilwell in. I'll go with the first one, play Henry or Botman. I'll probably say play Botman because I just think Newcastle's defence is a little bit better than Brentford's one, even though Newcastle are playing away. They do have a better clean sheet record.
Okay, second question. Pick two between Bruno Fernandes, McAllister, Mitoma. If I had to pick two, I'd be playing Bruno Fernandes and Mitoma. I'd bench McAllister, I think. What about you?
I'll go a bit slightly off for this one. I'll go McAllister and Mitoma. So I'm going against Bruno.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to bench Bruno against Everton. I think Everton still, I think a lot of people might be put off by Bruno, but I think Everton is an easier fixture for them at home. And plus, Bruno is on penalties. All it takes is that one dodgy penalty, and Bruno somehow got a double-digit return. And set pieces as well. So that's why I'd probably stick with her. But yeah, interesting to see you'd go elsewhere. Will Salah start? He was benched against he's benched against CFC, I think he means, obviously Chelsea. And he was not even in the training. Look, I think Salah will start. I think he was rested against Chelsea with this game in mind against Arsenal. But yeah, I'll be very surprised if Salah doesn't start. So if we've got Salah, it's Arsenal. So, it's one of those. He could turn up. He has shown it in the big games this season. So yeah, I think he will start. And about the training thing, I think he sat out because he had individual training. I think it wasn't just him. There was a few Liverpool players as well that trained separately as well. I think that could be due to, an individual training program or whatever. But I think Salah will start. Start Mitoma, March, or Odegaard. I'm starting Mitoma out of them. What about you?
Yeah, I'll probably start Matoma as well.
Same there. So yeah, we agree on both on Mitoma. I think Mitoma's looking good. The form he's in, scoring, and then getting assist with in both his last 2 games. Start Zinchenko or Estupinian.
Estupinian.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Estupinian, but it's quite close because Zinchenko could also get an attacking return against Liverpool. He could pick up an assist, same way Estupinian can. But I'd go Estupinian, I think, against Spurs because I still think Spurs are obviously worse. It's hard to say. Liverpool are probably worse than Spurs. Obviously, the table doesn't lie, but because it's Anfield, maybe you just go Estupinian. I don't know who to start. Ben Rama, Henry, McAllister, or Zinchenko. I think McAllister is the one. I'd be starting all the Brighton midfielders if you've got them. Definitely is my priority over the defenders because I don't think Zinchenko will keep a clean sheet. Henry, I don't think he'll keep a clean sheet. So I wouldn't really be keen on many defenders. I'll play 3 at the back because I don't see many clean sheets this weekend. Jordan, I'll let you take. I'll take this one.
Drew says 3 between Saka, Bruno, Mitoma, and McAllister. Yeah, I'll probably go Saka, Mitoma, and Bruno. Oh, you're muted, Huss.
Oh, so I was gonna say you've changed because
I went against.
You went against Bruno for McAllister. Now you're gonna play McAllister. Who are you playing?
Yeah, I'll go Saka, Mitoma, McAllister. Then I'll stick to what I said previously in another comment.
I'm gonna go with the first 3. I think Saka against Liverpool still has a potential to get something. Bruno, as I said earlier, he's on penalties. He's on all the set pieces. Everton at home is usually Man United usually have a good record against Everton at home, so that's why I'd stick with Bruno. And Mitoma, I think I'd prefer him over any other Brighton player. So yeah, it looks like McAllister is the one I'd be dropping onto the bench. Comment from Drew. So I didn't know if I put it up on the screen. So yeah, that was the question. Yeah. Just want to add quickly, if you guys haven't subscribed already to the channel, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any content. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button and get the likes up, guys. If you are watching, if you're enjoying it, share the videos on your socials if you can. It helps out the growth of the channel. So yeah, like, subscribe, share. And there's about 7 minutes left, I think, to the deadline. Go back to my team, I think. Let me bring my team up. Bear with me for a sec, guys. And just share back to my squad. That's what I'm looking like. And look, yeah, Man United, Everton, first game. We're watching that one. Should be decent, I think. I'm guessing you're gonna watch it as well.
Yeah, it will be an interesting one because it's an early fixture, so we don't know what to expect from obviously early fixtures. They can bring us a massive surprise, and yeah, that might be partly why I didn't go Bruno as a choice in terms of your questions because of obviously it's an early fixture. We always say don't back the early fixtures.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I still think Rashford will probably score today, for what it's worth. KB, Raya in net at home to Newcastle or Kepa away to Wolves. I think this one's quite easy. I'm playing Kepa. I don't think Raya keeps a clean sheet against Newcastle. Kepa could keep a clean sheet against Wolves because Wolves don't score many goals. Yeah, we know Lampard's back. And even if he gets benched, then you just have Raya that comes on as an auto sub. So yeah, I think easy this one. Play Kepa. For me anyway. I've not considered playing Raya at all. But look, you could play Raya if you have an instinct that Brentford could take something against Newcastle. But obviously, they just scored 5 goals, so that would put me off.
Yes. Well, there is about 5 minutes before the deadline ends, so make your choices if you haven't already, because you do only have 5 minutes.
Yeah, my captaincy this week after that blunder. Last weekend, captaining March, I would have got another. I think I would have got another extra 4 points. Was it 8 points if I captained Rashford on my bench
Yeah.
boost? I think 4 points.
Yeah, because I think Rashford got 12.
12. March got 8. So I'll double that. I would have got another 8 points. That's quite a big jump, you know.
Yeah, that is in terms of how close ranks are this season.
Mm-hmm.
So.
KB says you've swayed my decision. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I think for me it's an easy one anyway. Between Raya and Kepa. Jordan, I'll let you take this one.
KB said Kane captain radical with Rashford advice or reversed. Oh, this is a tricky one.
I mean, I've got rid of Kane. You don't own Kane either, but
no, I don't know Kane either. So it does like Brighton though, and that I don't know what Kane can do against Brighton because Brighton has looked pretty good in the past matches.
they do concede goals though, don't they, Brighton? How many clean sheets have they kept recently? I'm just gonna check.
Yeah, they do concede the odd goal too.
They kept a clean sheet against Bournemouth. They conceded 3 to Brentford. To be fair to them, they conceded 2 goals to Leeds as well. They lost to Fulham 1-0 in Gameweek 24. They do concede goals as well, but look, what do you think of it anyway? Would you be captaining Kane or even Rashford as captaincy? We spoke about Rashford.
I mean, they're both good captains for this week, even with Tottenham having Brighton. It is a home fixture for Harry Kane. So I don't know. I can't call it because
for me, I think Rashford for me definitely over Kane because it's Everton as well. I know Everton have looked a lot stronger defensively under Sean Dyche, but I still think Man United at home might be a better fixture against Everton than Kane against Brighton, obviously with the form Brighton are in, chasing European spot as well. I'd prefer to captain Rashford and just keep Kane if you've got him in your team. I had Haaland, but don't know. I feel it's risky with Spurs being home to just get rid of Kane. I've got rid of Kane, so I've done it. But if you're scared of removing Kane, look, just keep him. I think he could also be. You don't have to get Haaland in. I know there is massive risks attached to it as well. But if you don't have a free hit, if you're not going to free hit in 32, for example, you could just go without Haaland. So Haaland doesn't have a fixture in Game Week 32. So essentially, you're going to miss him for Southampton, Leicester, then a blank, and then you can bring him back in 34. But look, you might be hiding behind a sofa, today when he's got Southampton, if he starts, that is, which he should, but we never know. How long we got left now?
Just under 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think, about a minute. We'll probably wrap the stream up soon. Unless anyone's got any other questions they want to drop in the chat. As always, make sure you are dropping a like on the video if you're just tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, like the stream, share it, all that stuff. If you also want to join our league, code is on the top right hand on the screen. So join our mini league. The code is on the screen, also in the comments in the link in the description below. But yeah, hopefully everyone has a good Game Week 30. Hopefully you get, your green arrows. And yeah, hopefully it's a good week for FPL. And also, I hope you enjoy your weekend of the Easter holiday. And yeah, we'll probably wrap it up here, I think, Jordan. Won't go on for too much longer. Unless you want to add anything.
No, I don't think there's much more to add, really. It's been a very quiet game week in terms of making moves because it's only been focused around Haaland if we were bringing him in or not.
Yeah.
if we weren't going to bring him in, it was going to be like a standard role of the transfer. So yeah, it's been, in terms of strategy, a quiet one.
Yeah, and that is it from us. I think we'll probably just wrap it up here. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has joined the stream. If you haven't liked, make sure you do. And yeah, good luck for Gaming 30. We'll be back tomorrow, straight after the Liverpool and Arsenal game, for a stream at 7 o'clock or 7 p.m. UK time. So make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you can join our stream Sunday as we react to Game Week 30. But for now, that is it from us. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a good weekend. Anything else, Jordan?
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Always appreciated with your questions as well, and have a lovely Easter weekend. If you have any plans, then enjoy. It should be nice weather too if you're in the UK. So yeah, take care, and we'll see you Sunday for the knee jerk to see how well you've all done.